Good morning, kings and queens. How is your day going? How is your week been? It's hump day. How's the middle of the week going? How are you guys taking everything in? How are you guys accepting of things? How are you guys doing? Talk to me. Comment. How are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys interested in doing? But anyway, that's just my morning spiel. My question for today is, do you remember when you were a child? Do you remember when you used to be yelled at as a child? Do you remember when you had a hard time communicating? Were you a child that bit other children? Were you a child that hit other children? Were you a child that kicked other children? Were you a child that cried? Were you a child that, acted out or did things they knew were not great? I mean, we're children, we're learning, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not easy to express yourself, especially if you don't have the words to express yourself. So, I mean, how were you as a child? I mean, I was no angel, you know what I mean? I had my days, I had my weeks, I had my moments, which, you know, I still do as an adult. And I feel sometimes adults expect so much from children and yet don't expect it from themselves. I'm going to say that again. We expect so much from children, but we don't expect it from ourselves. What do I mean? We expect children to be better than us and do better than us, but what are we showing the children? Are we showing the children the same thing? Are we modeling the behavior that we want our children to model after? Are we doing things that we're not supposed to be doing? Are we, what are we showing our children? What are you showing your children? What are you expecting from your child that you are not doing yourself? And being an adult is not an excuse. Being an adult is not an excuse. Just because you're over 18 and you're an adult, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. It really doesn't. That's why we have rules, laws. Because there's still consequences if you break the law. And understand the meaning of consequence. I believe in good consequences and bad consequences, because the meaning of a consequence is the effect of your action. And if you do something good, a lot of people call it karma. Whatever you do is going to come right back to you. Same thing, it's called a consequence. A consequence could be good, a consequence could be bad. It depends on what you are doing and why you're doing it. If you're wholeheartedly or good-hearted and you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart, good consequences will come back to you. If you're doing it because it's the right thing to do and you just want to stay on that path, that's good. If you're doing it to get something and I shouldn't say it like that, because we do things, right, to get somewhere or go somewhere or to meet somebody or to, we do things to get something out of it. Let's just be real. We do things to get things out of it. So what are we teaching our children? Are we teaching our children to do it because of the kindness of their heart? Or are we teaching our children to do it because, if you do this, you could get this? Are we teaching, I don't feel like it's a dog-eat-dog world. I feel like if we allow or model that behavior, we are conditioning our children for that behavior. A lot of people who know me, I'm very, I'm soft-spoken. I don't really, I could be flustered easily. I am quick to anger. It's just you can't tell because I'm very quiet. I listen to what the person has to say. I analyze what they say. And then I realized, who are you, or what are you, and what part of my life do you control, or what part of my life are you really influencing here? And I'm very empathetic. I try to see it from their point of view, because I didn't live their life and they didn't live my life. For them to tell me how and what and when, they either crazy, judgmental, insecure, or they're really close to me in my life. So it's kind of like, what are we teaching our children? Are we conditioning our children to be angry? Are we conditioning our children to be too calm? Like, I'm very calm, maybe too calm. A lot of people say I'm too nice. I used to be too nice, but I understood why I was too nice, because I felt like I could do for others that, I wanted to help others so bad that I let a lot of it go. And as I let that stuff go, I was allowing certain things to happen. So I understand. But what I'm trying to teach my children is how to control their anger. I learned very young how to control my anger and how to react to people who want a reaction. And a lot of people want reactions from you. A lot of people want to see you go off. A lot of people want to see you do something. A lot of people want to see you do certain things just to take you there. But my father, my wise father, taught me a long time ago, stop letting people control you like that. Don't let people see that reaction out of you, because then they think they can control you. And I was like, so right. So most people think I am too kind or too nice, and I can be, but those are for the people that I love. But also understand, my children call me straight up mean. Mommy, you're mean. You're just mean. And I say, I'm not mean. I'm so sweet, you don't even understand how sweet I really am. And they're like, no, mommy, no. And I'm a isolator. Like, if you do something and I ask you to do something, I'm an isolator. Or I'm gonna isolate you for what you really want as a mom. I'm gonna tell you why you're being isolated. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna communicate with you 100%. Oh, remember when I asked you to go clean that and you didn't clean it for 2 days? And I let it go one day, but you didn't do it, and I asked you again another day and you still didn't do it? Great. I noticed that you like to go outside. Can't go outside today. But why, Mom? Or you could just clean the bathrooms, clean the living room, clean this, clean that, so you understand when I ask you to do something, I need you to do it. I noticed that spanking my children did not really work, especially my oldest. It just was like, okay, all I'm gonna do is get a spanking. Cool. That's it? Great. I'm gonna keep doing it. He learned some of his lessons when I sold his PlayStation. I'm not joking. If you want something from me, or if you want something, you gotta earn it. I earned it, or I didn't earn it. We gotta, I don't want to say we got to, but it's kind of, we gotta teach our children to understand that our money that we make is it's earned. It's earned. It's not given. It is earned. We work really hard for what we have, whether it is investing or just going to a job or career or whatever. You worked really hard to get where you were. You had many fails before you became successful or got a promotion. You worked really hard to get where you are, and you're working either harder or smarter to get somewhere better. And that's all. You can work smarter and get somewhere better. You can work harder and get somewhere better. It all depends on you and what your condition and what you want to do and where you want to go. That depends on you. But what are we teaching our children? Are we teaching our children to snap at people because we didn't get our way, or they don't do it your way? Of course they didn't do it your way. They're not you. They're not you. Of course they didn't do it your way. Everyone is unique. Everyone has their own different learning, teaching, whatever, habits, conditioning, whatever you want to say. You are you because you lived your life. I am me because I lived my life. I was taught differently. I learned differently. Howard Gardner teaches us about multiple intelligences. I believe he's up to 10 or 11. And he teaches us how people learn. There are multiple ways of how people learn. That's why I love Howard Gardner's philosophy. I am a Howard Gardner philosopher fan. I believe in it wholeheartedly. I believe in it 100%. Because we do learn differently. And everyone has their niche of how they learn, or their thing on how they learn. So I'm not going to take that from anybody else. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, no. I'm going to tell you straight up, I didn't learn when my parents yelled at me. Not one bit. I did not learn like that. Not at all. I learned when I can see, I can touch, I can feel. I'm body kinesthetic. I'm an audio learner. I'm a visual learner. All those three things together, I got it. Let me see a video real quick. Let me touch and feel this thing. Let me see what they're talking about, because I need to know. Let me hear and see a video. So like, we are all different. You can't sit here and treat everybody. I mean, you could treat everybody the same way as you, but you're not gonna get far because we're not you. We didn't go through what you went through. So stop. I need you to understand that your expectations of your children, and thinking that just because you birthed them, that they're going to have everything or all of your DNA or all of your conditioning. They're not. Okay? I do ask of you, challenge of the day, love yourself, love your children. Look at what you're expecting your children to do and be, and understand that not teach, but love your children individually. They are not one. They are all different. Have a standard, an expectation standard, yes, but also treat them like a person. Treat them like you would want to be treated. Do you want to be treated disrespectfully? Do you like being yelled at? Do you like somebody cursing at you? Do you like know what you don't like, and take that into consideration when you're talking to your children, or when you're mad at your children. And most of the time, we're not even mad at our children. We're mad at ourselves for being so tired, or working too much, or doing certain things. We're usually mad at ourselves, or tired, or stressed out, or having anxiety or panic attacks. Like, we're usually mad at ourselves, not our children. So just understand that our children are people, and our children want to be treated like people too. Okay? Just know, love your children. Talk with your children. Treat them like another adult. Treat them like you want to be treated. Do you like being yelled at? Do you like being hit? Do you like being punched? Do you like being kicked? Do you like being bit? Like, your children want you to love them, want you to talk with them, want you to communicate with them. Did you like being yelled at as a child? Do you like this? Do you like that? Like, you got to understand that your children are just like, I don't want to say just, they're people. They're human. They're going to make mistakes. As an adult, we make mistakes all the time. Are you kind to yourself? Maybe, maybe not. But be kind to yourself. Be kind to your children. Love your children. Love yourself. And take a real deep look into your expectations of yourself, your expectations of your children, your expectations of the world. Because people are not you. People did not have the same conditioning values that you had. So take the time, have some empathy, ask God or your God, or ask God or your other, or the other higher power that you talk to. Ask for wisdom, ask for guidance, ask for understanding, ask for empathy. And remember your daily affirmations. Remember to speak positive. Remember to love yourself, know your self-worth, and give yourself kindness, admiration. Be nice. Talk to you kings and queens tomorrow.